The goat who wouldn't come home.
The goat who wouldn't come home.
That shows the whole farmyard, doesn't it? And all the characters in the story. Nice.
The goat who wouldn't come home. A baby, a boy, and his goat went for a walk. The goat ran away. Come home, called the boy, but the goat would not come home. The boy cried. Why do you cry? Said the rabbit. The boy said, my goat will not come home. When would me?
That didn't sound right, did it? Could you try something else? What could you do?
Watch me, said the rabbit. He ran to the goat. And said, come home. The goat did not come. The rabbit sat to cry. Why you cry? Said the squirrel. Because the goat will not come home. The rabbit said the rabbit. Watch me, said the squirrel.
Now there's just one tricky part here. Check that. Something didn't quite make sense. You said the rabbit's sad to cry.
The rabbits
Well, I like how you're getting those parts. Let's see. I'll help you put it bigger here. Say that part.
Start.
Say this part.
Start.
Say this part again. Art.
Start.
Would that make sense? Put it in and see.
The rabbit started to cry.
Did it make sense? And the squirrel said, why do you cry? Said a squirrel. Because the goat will not come home, said the rabbit. You read the next part.
Watch me, said the squirrel. He ran to the goat. And said, come home. The goat did not come. Then the squirrel cried. A bee came by. Why you cry? He said. Because the goat will not come home. The squirrel said the squirrel. Watch me, said the bee.
Okay, something seems kind of tricky for you. Can you read that again?
A bee came by. Why you cry? He said.
Does that sound right? Mm-hmm. Why you cry?
Why do you cry?
Does that sound right and look right?
He said, because the goat will not come home. Said the squirrel. Watch me, said the bee. Everyone laughed at the little bee. How can a little bee help? The boy said. How can a boy help? boy said.
Does that make sense?
How can a little bee help a boy?
You see there's talking marks right here? What is it saying? Let's go. How can a
bee help?
How can a
Bee. How can a little bee help?
Now who's talking?
The boy. The boy said.
He said this, so how can a little bee help? The boy said. You read it.
How can a little bee help? The boy said.
Now it's going to tell what happened.
The bee found.
Break it.
The bee
Flew.
flew to the goat and went.
Does that make sense?
And was in his ear.
And wuss in his ear? Does that make sense? Well, how are you going to help yourself there? Who
Is
cover the next part up. Whiz.
whispered in his ear.
What's it start with though?
Buzz. The goat ran to the boy. Now, no one left.
Can you read it and stop there? Because there's a stopping mark.
left.
Now, no one.
Laughed. Thank you, said the bee, said the boy.
Does that make sense? Would the bee say thank you?
Thank you, little bee, said the boy.
Does that make sense and look right?
Then everyone went home. Even the goat.
I liked how you kept working that out until you decided what would sound right. Everyone the doesn't sound right. Every the doesn't sound right. Even the goat does sound right. Can you break that word?
Even.
Did you find the parts that helped you know if you were right? Good job. All right. So what do you think? Was that the best way to get that goat to come home?